Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So Adrien, the problem, Broner, calls out Keith one-time Thurman on the aftermath of Keith Thurman losing his WBA super welterweight title to 8th division Filipino superstar Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, right? Adrien Broner and Keith Thurman have a history. When Manny Pacquiao beat Adrien the problem Broner, prior to him beating Keith Thurman had some choice words for Adrien Broner. He was calling Adrien Broner, AB stands for about bull S, right? He said that he didn't let his hands go. I was rooting for the boy, but he chose not to come to fight. He's a disappointment. You know, he talks all his talk, but he can't walk the walk, so on and so forth, etc. Right? With that said, Keith Thurman then said, if I got the opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao, I'm gonna show you how it's done. Well, Keith Thurman didn't show us how it's done. Actually, Keith Thurman lost in a more worse fashion than Adrien Broner did to Manny Pacquiao. And I know a lot of people gonna point to the fact that they're gonna say that, well, Keith Thurman took chances. Keith Thurman, tried to win the fight. Adrien Broner didn't try to win the fight. Well, I'll tell you guys again, the blueprint to beat the blueprint to beat Manny Pacquiao is out there. It's called counterpunching and defense, right? That's the blueprint to beat Manny Pacquiao. Offensive fighters do not beat Manny Pacquiao. Throwing caution in the wind against Manny Pacquiao only gets you beat up by Manny Pacquiao, okay? The guys who have gave trouble to Manny Pacquiao and beaten Manny Pacquiao are counter punchers who are defensively sound, right? That's the game plan that Adrien Broner tried to incorporate. He just wasn't successful. He wasn't offensive enough, to get the W. Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao, defense counter punching. Eric Morales, first fight, defense counter punching, right? Juan Manuel Marquez. All 4 fights were very, very close. Why? Because Juan Manuel Marquez is a defensive counter puncher, right? That's the guys that legitimately beat Manny Pacquiao. Jeff Horn didn't legitimately beat Manny Pacquiao. Timothy Bradley didn't legitimately beat Manny Pacquiao. Those 2 losses he had to Timothy Bradley and Jeff Horn were both robberies, okay? The other 2 losses he had early in his career where he was knocked out and stopped and things of that nature, nobody remembers that. That was very early in his career. So 4 out of his 7 losses were not legit, right? The other 3 that were legit, okay, came at the hands of guys who were defensive counterpunchers. I'll say it again, defensive counterpunchers. Marquez, Morales, Mayweather. Ironically, M, and M, right? The 3 M's is the ones that give Manny Pacquiao problems. Marquez, Morales, and Mayweather, okay? When you're offensive, you get knocked out most of the time. Ricky Hatton. You get beat up, Miguel Cotto. You understand? Oscar De La Hoya. Because Manny Pacquiao capitalizes on the little openings that you give him. He darts in and out, he jumps in and out, he capitalizes, he gives you angles, and if you make mistakes being offensive, he will capitalize on them. So that's why Keith Thurman's game plan of being offensive and throwing caution in the wind was a bad game plan. So I know people are gonna say, well, Adrien Broner didn't try it. That's not the recipe to defeat Manny Pacquiao. The recipe to defeat Manny Pacquiao is the game plan that Adrien Broner tried to incorporate. He just wasn't active enough, right? Or accurate enough. Now, Keith Thurman did land some big bombs on Manny Pacquiao, but they had 0 effect. Manny Pacquiao's chin is underrated because he was brutally knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez in their 4th fight, and we know that he was stopped twice early in his career. So when you mention Manny Pacquiao, you don't think he has a beard of Antonio Margarito, right? You don't. That doesn't come into play. You don't think he has a Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Chavez Sr. type of chin. That's not what comes into play. You think about his offense, you think about his angles, you think about his speed. So his chin is underrated. And so with that said, you know, the bombs that Keith Thurman landed didn't have much effect. It just didn't, right? It had no effect on the fight because Manny Pacquiao still was relentless. Manny Pacquiao was still coming forward. Manny Pacquiao was still having success. So the game plan that Keith Thurman incorporated for this fight was wrong. The actual game plan that Adrien Broner incorporated for the fight was right. It's just that Adrien Broner just did not let his hands go enough. Okay? Adrien Broner nullified a lot of the things that Manny Pacquiao did that Keith Thurman could not have nullified. He did not nullify them. He was dropped. He was hurt visibly numerous of times. His defense lacked. Adrien Broner was never hurt visibly. Adrien Broner was staggered back with a straight left, but he wasn't visibly hurt and running around like Keith Thurman. He didn't get dropped, okay? Regardless if he let his hands go or not. He did let his hands go at certain points and times in the fight because he was calculated with it. He just wasn't active enough. But, you know, getting back to Keith Thurman, Adrien Broner, this would be a very tough fight for Adrien Broner. But it'd be a very tough fight for Keith Thurman. I would have to, you know, say that Keith Thurman would probably be the betting odd favorite because Keith Thurman is more active. He would let his hands go, things of that nature. Adrien Broner, like I stated, why he lost to Manny Pacquiao was because he just wasn't active enough with his hand play. He didn't let his hands go enough. And that's what win you fights, right? Is he going to fight Keith Thurman in the pocket? Is he going to cut the ring off on Keith Thurman? Adrien Broner hits very hard. Adrien Broner, like Manny Pacquiao stated, was the better fighter than Keith Thurman. Manny Pacquiao stated that Keith Thurman did not hit harder than Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner indeed was the harder puncher. Adrien Broner does good work on the inside. Can he cut the ring off on Keith Thurman? And Keith Thurman, we see, has issues when you go to his body. Adrien Broner is a great body puncher, right? And it's coming with power. So that would give Adrien Broner opportunities to actually stop Keith Thurman, right? But this fight, the buildup for this fight, the entertainment for this fight, the event itself would be massive. And I would love to see it. Why not? Make it happen. They've been going back and forth, jarring at one another, poking at one another, you know, so let's see it. Make it happen. Point blank and period. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. Adrien the Problem Broner calls out Keith One-Time Thurman on the eve of Keith Thurman getting beat and his belt stripped from him from Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Adrien Broner says, why not? Let's make it happen. So all I got for y'all, man. Peace.